Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to do a story time. This will be my very first story time, and y'all, this story here was kind of crazy. So when did this happen? Let me see. Like back in April of 2019, which is not really that many months ago. And so basically I went to go test drive this car. It was a Nissan 350Z, and it's a very popular sports car that you actually see a lot on the roads and stuff. And so basically at the time I was searching for a sports car because I'm into that type of stuff, as you can tell. And I was just like, man, I really want to test drive the sports car. It was either I was going to get that car, the Mazda RX-8, or the Honda Accord. So when we went to the place, the first car that we seen was the Honda Accord. And so, we test drove it. He was there in the car with us. And so we was like driving or whatever. And, it wasn't really exciting to me. It wasn't really that much. It just felt like driving a normal car. Like no hate for Honda, because I do like Honda, but it just wasn't exciting. It didn't feel like I was in a sports car. It just felt like I was just driving in a normal car. So then I was walking around the parking lot or whatever, trying to see what else cars that they have, and I spot the 350, and I was like, that mug is beautiful. Like, I was like, bro, like, what? Like, I want to test drive this car next. So he was like, okay. So when I was about to get into the car, he was like, listen, do not wreck this car. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna wreck it, blah 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 blah, I got this, feel me? So he went back in, and I was just driving or whatever. So I was like really excited. I was like, bro, I'm finna turn up this radio, finna turn it up all the way, let down the windows, get comfortable, because I was excited. I was like, yes, like, let's get it. So we're driving, and okay, let's see, I'm gonna demonstrate it. This is me, right? This is me. And we're underneath the freeway, and it's like a yield sign. It's right here for you to like, go over into like the lanes. So, I was looking or whatever, and my passenger was a friend of mine, and the music was hella loud, so I couldn't really, listen. I couldn't hear what he was saying. He was like, okay, I'm gonna tell you when to go. And whenever he said go, that's the only thing that made in my mind that I was like, okay, go. So I went. This is the truck. So as I was going, because that car is like, people who drive 350Zs, y'all know how powerful that car can be. So I step on the gas, That's not funny. But yeah, so like I hit the truck. And like, I'm telling y'all, like, once I hit it, it was already too late for me to like brake. Like I was going, then I saw like half of the truck coming by, but it was like I was like in the process of braking, but the truck was so big that it kind of just forced the car to stop. And like he just kept going like a little bit down, and I just sit there because I was just like, did I just hit this truck? Like nothing was like literally like making up to my brain, so I'm just like sitting here like, what just happened? This better be a dream. Like, what? So I'm just sitting in the car like this, and my friend, he got out of the car, and he looked, and he said, bro, what the hell? Like, so he's like, like going crazy, and in my head I'm like, is it bad? It's not that bad. He over dramatic, yada yada. Like, I'm literally just sitting here like, no, this is not happening. Like, I'm just sitting here like, I'm finna like, what should I do? Should I go? Should I stay in the car? Like, what should I do? So he went onto the side. He was like, come see what you did to the car. And I was just like, I don't want to. So got out. I saw it. I was like, oh shit. Like, I did some damage. So after that, like, I'm over here just like, what the freak am I gonna tell my people? Like, gladly I had full covered insurance, but I never been in an accident before. Like, I never caused an accident. So everything was just so new to me. So I'm just like, what the heck? Like, this is a freaking test. Like, I'm test driving this car. This is not my car. Like, what is gonna happen? So, a police officer came. I think it was a sheriff. He was on a, I don't know if it was a sheriff. I don't know. It was a police officer, and he was on his little motorcycle or whatever. And he came. He was like, "Oh, so what happened?" So we explained what happened, and he told me to go into this parking lot, and it happened to be a bank. So the other dude, he came or whatever, and he was trying to get $300. I was like, for what? Mind you, this little 350 car got more damage than that little bitty tire. I hit the back of his tire, and like he was talking about something, oh, I want $300, and it was barely even damaged there. Like, literally, like it was like a little scratch, but it wasn't even like a deep scratch like how the freaking car was. So he was just like, I want $300. I didn't want to file a claim. I did not want him to file a claim. I was like, bro, I can pay you, you know what I'm saying, blah 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 blah. So my friend, he knows stuff about this, so he's over here like, okay, $300. He was like, nah, man. And then like he knows about cars, so he was like, you could just sand it down, you know, blah blah blah, paint over, and you be good. He was like, what about 100? He was like, yeah, that's fine. Good thing that was a freaking bank right there. But it wasn't the bank that I was banking with, so I knew that it was going to charge my card. So I had to get out $100. I was like, man, at this point, I don't know what to do. I'm just still kind of like shaking and like, bro, I'm in so much trouble. So I put out the 100, gave it to him. He went on about his way. And so the officer was just like, okay, so y'all settle it. This is how y'all gonna settle it, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna go about your business and I go about mine. So then I guess they called a tow truck. I don't know why, but they called a tow truck and it was like, oh, they was like, is the car, you know, able to drive? Like, do you really need a tow truck? Because I'm just like, ain't that gonna come out of my pocket? I'm not finna pay for no towing. Heck no. And I'm just like, where they gonna tow the car for? Like, where they gonna tow it at? Back to the dang dealership? I mean, it could still drive. So I said, no, it's fine. I could drive it back. So everybody left. And it's just me and my friend in the car and the freaking car. And I'm just like, what am I gonna do? So he was just like, bro, Lex, like, what just happened? Like, I'm still trying to process everything in my head. I'm just like, what the heck? So after that, you know, we just like, okay, let's just go back to dealership. So after that, I rolled up out the windows, turned down the radio to 0. It just blasted the air because it was hot. And after that, he was just like, bro, let me call the dealership and let them know, you know, like, you know, that we wrecked the car or whatever, so they won't be a surprise whenever we pull up in the parking lot. I was like, okay. And at this point, I became like very, very embarrassed because I'm just like, bro, he literally just told me not to wreck this car, and what did I do? I wrecked it. So he called, he was like, okay, whatever, blah blah blah, you know. So we pulled up and he was like, man, bro, like, he ain't help at all. And then he had to call like his main boss, like his manager, to come and look at it. And so they was just like, okay, so what do you want to do? You want to file a claim, or do you want to, you know, make payments on it? Like, how was you gonna, you know, get the car? And I was like, well, we was gonna, you know, pay in cash or whatever, blah blah blah. And he was like, okay, well, do you want the car? We won't file a claim, you know, but basically trying to make me get the car. And not saying that I didn't have the money, but like, I knew that we was gonna put a down payment down, and then we was going to finance it like you do with the freaking. So basically I was gonna have a car note, and I already have a car. So in my head I'm just like, man, I really do want this car. And I'm just like, I don't want to file a claim because I don't know how much that was going to be. And I'm just like, bro, what should I do? So we took a minute, we paused, we sat down, we was just like, okay, let's just see. So whenever we turned on the car, it was like right before we even, you know, like took off in the car, it was like a lot of engine check lights that were like on there and stuff like that. So it was already stuff wrong with the car, and we was basically was gonna, if I really did want the car, we was gonna talk them down. But in this case, we can't talk it down. We already wrecked it. So what the heck? So I'm just like, okay, so where am I gonna put this car if I do get it? I couldn't put it at my friend's house. I mean, they got hella cars over there, so I can't take it to his house. And yeah, but it just wasn't gonna happen. And then I was just like, bro, like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford this car, you know, making payments, monthly payments, because I wasn't planning on getting the car right then and there. Because one, it did have a lot of engine check lights, and I was still looking because I still had two other options. Yeah, either the Mazda RX-8 that I still wanted to test drive, and the Genesis, the 2.0. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to just file this claim. At this point, I don't even know. So I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and file the claim, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, okay, let me make a quick call my people, and I explained to them all that was happening. I had to step outside, and y'all, when I tell y'all that when I tell you that my heart was pounding, my heart was, like, pounding. I was like, bro, like, I'm in so much trouble. So I was like,
hey, so it's got some bad news, and I wrecked the car.
Like, you wrecked the car?
Yeah, I was test driving, and, I wrecked the car.
How come you didn't tell me? Why didn't you tell me that you were going out with friends? Why did you tell me that you was gonna, test drive a car?
I really did want to test drive it.
You already have a car. Why you being so ungrateful? Like, what are you gonna do? Trade that car in and get the other one? At this point, I was just like, bro, like, he's over there yelling. Then he had to, my nene, she was at work, so he had to transfer her and everything. And then they would basically just say, like, no, you don't have to file a claim. It's not your car. It's not your car. It's not your car. And so I'm just like, that doesn't even make sense, because this is 2019. Like, it was still my fault. Like, if it wasn't my fault, then yeah, okay, but it was my fault. So nothing like that, it just didn't make sense to me. And, I wanted to believe what they were saying was true, but I was just like, it's my fault. At the end of the day, I had to do what I have to do. So I went on ahead and filed the claim, went through it. My insurance called me and asked, who fault was it, what kind of car, blah blah blah, were you hurt, was the passenger hurt, and all this other stuff. And yeah, I just went through all of that. And so basically, I left the dealership, went home, and I really thought I was going to get into real trouble and more trouble than ever. But no, everybody was like super chill about it. I guess my nene had talked to him. It was just like, at least she's safe. She's not, dead or hurt or anything like that, because it could be way worse. So, she's grown. She's going to make, decisions, and, she's going to have to suffer the consequences, whatever that has to be. So after that, I was just like, I was traumatized after that. I didn't want to test drive, like, no more. I was just like, maybe the sports car is just not for me. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I was just like, no, I don't want to do this ever again. So after that, I was just like, nah, I don't want to do this no more. So after that, everything pretty much worked out. I guess you could, yeah, everything pretty much worked out. My insurance didn't go up, it didn't go down. It just basically stayed the same. I'm very blessed, and I really do want to thank God for that, because it was nothing but him. Like, if anything could have happened, I could have been hurt. I could have got my friend hurt. He was in the passenger side, and it hit the passenger side, So I'm just very thankful that oh man, and he had them big old mud tires. Like, them tires was huge, so it ain't no telling if I, like, at any second like that, my best friend could have been gone. You know what I'm saying? So, I kind of cried about that, because I was really thinking about the worst. And I was just like, bro, I'm just so thankful. I'm just so thankful, So, I have recently, like a couple of weeks ago, I have test drove a Mazda RX-8 and the Genesis 2.0, my two favorite cars. But sadly, I didn't test drive the 2.8. I let my friend do it, because I don't know, they were saying that the alignment was off, and whenever I see stuff happen to cars, I'm just like, I don't even want to trust it. And plus, he, knew stuff about alignments, and he even drove a car with the messed up alignment, so he kind of did it. But at the same time, to me, like, I am going to start investing in a RX-8. I'm so excited to wait to call that car mine because the car is so beautiful and it's fun. Like, it's really compact. I can see over the hood. There's not a lot of blind spots in that in the car. So, you know, I'm able to be comfortable in it and have fun with it. It wasn't too powerful and it wasn't less powerful. Like, it was just in between, like, just right for me. And I was really, really happy. I had fun in that car. It just felt more like a sports car. The Genesis, it was a little too big. You know, I had to adjust my seats to sit like all the way up here. It just felt like a normal car to me, like I said. So I was just like, let's go with the Mazda. Mazda was, I love that car. So yeah, I finally got over my fear of test driving cars. But I'm telling you, this is my last time test driving cars and like, for anybody who wants to go and test drive cars, if you're not living by yourself, and you know that you have reliable people that you can count on, take them with you. Or take somebody with you who knows about cars. Don't go alone, because you never know what can happen. Not saying that anything, not trying to wish nothing bad upon people, but I'm just so glad that I even have my friend there to help me, you know, to help me in the process. Because if I was there by myself, I would have been lost. I probably would have made some terrible mistakes, probably filing 2 claims, and, you know, all that stuff would have been piled on me and stuff. And no. So I'm just so thankful that he was there, and I'm glad that God was with both of us, and we both were okay. Like, no scratch, no nothing. We were both okay. So, but anyways, I know my mood kind of changed because I'm kind of like thinking about it and all that. It's just like reminiscing through something that you've been through, and, you know, kind of like overtaking the emotions again. It's crazy, but I'm for real over it. You know, it's just, you just gotta keep moving forward and keep doing you, you know. Can't just keep living in the past. But I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more story times, you know, let me know. I think I have a lot of stories to tell. My life, I thought it was boring, but I actually went through some stuff to get me to where I am now. You know, that story. Oh, it's raining. Dang, it's stay raining down here. But yeah, but thank you for watching, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day, and may God bless you. And yeah, bye.